So right now I have a short to mid-term rental, and my place went from looking like this, really nice, really clean, really put together, really organized, really sexy to the eye, to the guest that's going to be staying.
Nice. That's very nice.
Looking like this beat up piece of shit. I mean, they didn't give a damn. This bitch done came in here, left some blood. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. And I'm gonna ask y'all, where do you think the blood fucking came from? I'll let you guess. Take your time. Any guess is fine, and you'll probably be correct the further worth to that guess. Anyways, fucked up sheets, fucked up the glass, fucked up the couch, fucked up something that was so in motion for me. And at the end of the day, this is the definition, true definitions of fucking setback. I mean, I wanted to beat this. There hasn't been a closer time to me feeling like wanting to beat a bitch. Like this isn't even a woman in my eyes. Like, this bitch had the audacity to come in somebody's space and really fuck it up like that.
That is fucked up.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm not here to just harp on what this bitch did, but I really want to focus on setbacks and the importance of setbacks and why they even fucking happened in the first place. Because let's be real, we've all dealt with some level of setbacks, especially if you're trying to better yourself in any regard. One thing that I like to keep in mind is, you know, it doesn't matter what happens to us, but it always matters of how we react based off of the circumstances. So if we're getting shit on, if we're getting, you know, awful circumstances, if we got cheated on, if it's always going to be a lesson that you can learn from. Let's be real. Now, the problem is that a lot of times we can get more emotional about it. You know, I can sit here and say, you know what, fuck that bitch, I'm trying to get revenge, ho. I'm trying to get revenge. And don't get me wrong, I really thought about it. I have her number. I know exactly who did it. That's why I know where the blood came from. And I know don't get me wrong, I know where they live too. But I say all that to say that if they don't run me my money, then there's a problem.
Give me my goddamn money.
Anyways, nevertheless, it's all about how you react based off of the circumstances that you're faced with. Let's be real. There's times where we could have handled issues with our friends or families way different, and things got blown out way out of proportion. And it's a matter of staying as conscious as possible and separating yourself not just from feeling emotions. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotions. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sit here and say turn into a fucking robot or just be cold-hearted to the world. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is a lot more times than not, we decide to retract into our lizard brain side of thinking instead of logically thinking about a way to improve the circumstances. Example, I was getting notified by my Ring camera. I have a Ring camera within my unit. I was getting notified, and a lot of times I don't really look at it because, don't get me wrong, like, I have a lot of people coming in and out of the unit anyways, but if I would have looked at it more often, maybe I would have known that maybe instead of there being 1 or 2 people, there was maybe 5 or 6 or a party or some sort that really fucked up my shit to look like this.
Who the hell are these people?
Areas of improvement for myself. Let's be honest. You know, maybe if I had a noise sensor, basically that just allows you to get notifications if it's too noisy in your unit. If I had one of those in place, hey, maybe I would have been more notified on that happening in real time. It looks like somebody partied in there. Let's be honest. Like, I've done my fair share of parties, you know. I've thrown them in my own apartment, in other people's spots, and 9 times out of 10, anybody that attends is fucking your shit up. They don't give a damn, because half of them are drunk anyway, half of them are on drugs anyway, or fighting, or, you know, nobody cares about other people's shit like they care about their own.
Who's ready to party?
Nevertheless, there's areas of learning and areas of improvement that I could be making. And when it comes to setbacks specifically, you can only have setbacks when you push forward. You can't have a setback if you're stagnant. You can't have a setback if you're just stationary, not trying to grow in any capacity. And, you know, to stay as truthful as possible, in my life, I've had a lot of growth in a lot of different areas outside of, you know, this channel. I had a lot of growth within my job. I was able to, you know, drive my mom and move my mom all the way from Georgia to Texas, and now she's happy more than ever, and I'm appreciative of that. However, I have to be honest in areas that I put myself back in. I haven't been as consistent on this shit as I need to be, as I want to be, you know, and that's not fair to me, and that's not fair to you guys that actually view this channel and view this information as quality information, or just somebody you just want to talk shit up, or maybe you feel that the kid is sexy.
You are one sexy thing.
Who knows why you watch my videos? Maybe I'm just entertaining. But, you know, I say all that to say that setbacks are they're an indicator. Use them as an indicator. Don't overthink it. Just figure out the best way to learn from them, because they're all just going to be lessons. That's the whole point of a setback. Whenever you are progressing towards something, maybe you've been working out consistently, and, you know, one night of drinking turns into, you know, 1 week of not going to the gym, and 1 week of not going to the gym turns into 1 month, and 1 month a year, and so on and so forth. And a lot of times we could, you know, stay out of it, or stay, you know, not in the progression, in the progressive, and that would be a major setback. The point is that the faster you can get more conscious about where you're at and rely more on the discipline and not the motivation, allows you to get back into momentum. And that's the reality of it. In one of my previous videos, feel free to go ahead and check it out, where I talk a little bit about willpower, and I have a video in regards to the science specifically with willpower, and how to build willpower, and how it you know, grows the Abdullah oblongata. No, that's a Water Boy reference.
I said medulla oblongata.
If you know about Water Boy, you're real. Anyways, how it actually impacts your brain, and is something that is really structurally important for an individual to be able to push past boundaries. That's important. That's important. But what's also almost as equally as important is discipline. You can be motivated to do anything. I can be motivated to say, you know what, I want to hit the gym today because I have enough energy, because I ate enough food today, you know, the good food that is, you know, I can be motivated to get it, but motivation runs out. Think of motivation like a fire, like a fire that just got fresh gasoline thrown on it. It's hot, it's steaming, it's like you're ready to go after it, but over time, that fire gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. That's motivation. That's exactly how it works. A lot of us, and a lot of my viewers that see this, realize that they have had times where they've been super motivated, and then, you know, all of a sudden they're just like, I gotta do this again.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
And it can get taxing. But that's where dedication, and that's where discipline beats all. Knowing what you're supposed to be doing and then executing on it despite how you fucking feel is going to separate you from the people who take breaks. It's going to separate you from the people that decide that they're tired. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to take breaks. But best believe there's somebody out there that wants it more than you, and somebody that has a system in place that's going to keep them dedicated, keep them determined, and keep them focused on what they need to do next. So don't let any setback stop you from keeping up your momentum. Don't let any setback hold you back and keep you in your mind and feeling sorry for yourself. It's bullshit. You're lying to yourself, and you're just sitting there sympathy, like, oh, I can't do it. My body hurts. I don't have enough money. You sound like a bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
Let's be honest. Let's be real. You could be doing so much more, and it's all about how you decide to fucking react to it. We all have control of ourselves and how we react to things. In this circumstance, this bitch, look, I'm gonna be real with you. She put me back over $1,000. I can't make this shit up. She put me back over $1,000. What did I learn from it? Am I gonna just sit there and be like, bitch, You motherfucker! Oh, I'm calling Airbnb. And don't get me wrong, I'm calling Airbnb. They gonna run me my money, you know. But my point is this: is that there's always lessons to be learned from setbacks. From my example, from my experience, what I've learned from this is that I'm grateful that I have renters insurance, not just for short-term renters insurance through Proper. Link in the description, bio. I'm just kidding. I don't have any sponsors yet, so I'm just kind of like practicing a bit, but you know, you get where I'm going. Nevertheless, I have insurance. I have a savings for shit like this. In addition to that, you know, I have standby like supplies. So I'm relatively prepared to be able to allow another guest to immediately go back in, but it's gonna cost me more than $1,000 before I get anything reimbursed. Thankfully, I have some things in place where I could improve on. Is like I said, being more diligent on checking the cameras, especially if I'm getting a lot of rings. Maybe even reaching out throughout the stay more often. I do it decently on a more automated basis, but maybe I can do it more often. In addition to that, maybe a noise cancellation, or not cancellation, a noise sensor that allows me to read how much noise is being made in the unit. Don't get me wrong, it's not like a recorder. I'm not trying to listen to what these motherfuckers talking about or see what they talking about.
Slow down, baby.
You know, that's illegal. Don't do it. But you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot more to learn from it, instead of focusing my energy and focusing my efforts and focusing my attention on how bad this situation is, or better yet, how bad it was, because I mean, it's fixed already. That's how effective focusing on the solution instead of focusing on the problem is. The problem has its time and its place, but focusing on how you can overcome that solution is more intention behind actually achieving what you want and maintaining on the road that's set before you, if that makes sense. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of chop it up with you guys for a minute. Haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm sure you guys haven't seen me in a while. Check out some of my other YouTube videos. Feel free to like, subscribe, share with a family member if you think, you know, I feel like my beard's looking nice. You feel me? If you feel like, you know, my skin is looking chocolatey, feel free to leave a comment in the video. But yeah, I look forward to getting you guys some more information out. And always, just like before, embrace chaos in your life, motherfucker. Peace.